Welcome, everybody. My name's Herbert, and this is a daily update that I just started this week, 15 minutes every day at 12 noon. And what we're doing is giving you an update on any of the key information that has happened today. And every Wednesday, we have Tesla boomer mama, Alexandra. What a perfect time to bring her in, because today something big happened and she's all riled up. Welcome, Alexandra. How are you doing?
Thank you, Herbert. I mean, come on, for my first Wednesday here, they had to really put everything in place, right? Get me really up and fiercey. Here I am.
All right. Well, let me set it up first. So basically, this morning there was a rumor, an article, and a tweet from a journalism news organization called Ping West from China, and they said that Tesla is going to appoint a new China executive to oversee a global business. And in fact, they also said that in the actual article itself, they said that Elon Musk has chosen to name Tom Zhu, who is the president of Tesla China, to become the Tesla's global CEO. So in other articles, they're saying that they're going to replace Elon Musk. Tom Zhu works at Tesla in April 2014. He started rising up from director of Tesla Supercharger and onwards up. So we know, though, that this Ping West news organization has had trouble past. They actually had fake news about Tesla that they just lost in a lawsuit recently about the abuse that they're doing with the employees in Tesla China Shanghai factory. So they don't come with a lot of very good reputation, but this has caused a lot of issues with the stock potentially falling, everybody reacting to this. So what was your reaction?
Clearly, this is not a good news source, right? There's no doubt about it. But there's always hardly ever smoke without fire. So let me recall a couple of steps of Tom Zhu. In July this year, we had Bloomberg reporting that he was promoted again. This person seems really very, very competent, because when he came into Tesla, beginning in 2014, he was initially for superchargers. He opened a large number of superchargers, and already in December of the same year got the first promotion, right? He's been promoted. And in July, Bloomberg announced that he would become the head of Asia Pacific. That was never confirmed by Tesla. So I do always believe in China, and you see it with the delivery numbers, you see it with the pricing structure. Now, there seems to be good rumors. Some of them finally are completely false. Tesla is never reacting quickly enough. I'm not getting into it because our 10, 20 minutes won't be enough for it. But there seems to be leaks that may sometimes be done by Tesla and sometimes be completely just pulled out of hot air. So I do believe this person seems very competent. I checked him out today. I saw some video, but he comes over as somebody, very good English speaker, very posed, very technical, very organized. Somehow he doesn't give me, but I mean, who I am, the vibes of a global CEO, just because we have obviously been spoiled and abused by having the current CEO, right? We have all the charisma and all the craziness and all the I'm here, I'm not here, look for me somewhere else, I'm on Mars now. So obviously coming from this person CEO to maybe sooner or later another person CEO is gonna be tough for anybody, Tom or anybody else, right? So let's just make sure. The second thing I want to add, remember that law case they had a couple of weeks ago in Delaware for that, I don't even remember the thing anymore, where somebody with 9 shares did a whole lawsuit again. And then there were 2 statements. One was one of the directors of the board stating that, yes, Elon has been thinking about succession, but it will be something that will be put in place in the back room, right? Somebody waiting. It wasn't something like, we're appointing soon a new CEO. It was like, we will have a strategy. We have identified somebody. That was the word. It wasn't, this is going to happen. And the second was, I think it was Elon on that call saying, yes, we're thinking about people. At the same time, we have 2 new board members, Aaron Price and Joe Gibbons, when Larry Elder left. So they have been shuffling around, right? There's stuff happening quietly. I just don't see somebody as operational is probably the word,
Right.
as Tom replacing Elon in the very short term as a CEO. First of all, because I think he has a huge mission in Asia Pacific. China is crucial to Tesla. I don't see him leaving there, and I don't see him arriving here either. But maybe he is the one, that in medium term will be built up to become a CEO, but not like, now. I just don't see it yet.
Yeah, I don't either, of course. And as we start seeing the reaction from folks, here's Gary Black. He said that the rumors out of China that Tom is going to become the new global CEO seems far-fetched, and basically saying what you're saying, that doesn't seem correct. And then Dave Lee also said that he thinks it's actually a translation error, that perhaps instead of saying that he's going to be the new Tesla CEO, perhaps he's going to become the president of the Tesla Auto, overseeing global auto production. That seems more correct. But whether or not Ping West is actually even close to accurate or not, but they've got a sketchy past already. They are, doing what they can to hammer and hurt Tesla. So based on what they reported last time, which they lost in a lawsuit. So that's clearly was false rumor and intended to harm.
Mm-hmm.
But, that is just yet one more thing that has happened. Daily something happens. So
Exactly.
you tweeted this
That's
out and you're basically like, investors are feeling like a pinball. We're just being, hit everywhere. Tell me how you're feeling. And I know you're in communication with a bunch of other high level people too, and people are getting a little more rattled too. Why are you getting rattled?
I mean, it's every day, right? I wake up in the middle of the night and I obviously can't resist going on Twitter. I admit my addiction. And every day there is another stupid subject that would deserve a quick and sharp answer from Tesla or from Elon, and the story would be over. That happened in the good old day. There was just 5 letters, false, and that was it, and everybody calmed down, right? But at the moment, we are opening, and I say expressly we. This is our company. These are our shares. I had this discussion with Leo. I mean, of course, he has most of shares compared to all of us, but all of us together, we have a heavy stake in this company. Retail investors are the largest group of people. So I really want us to be conscious. This is our company. When I hear people telling me, who are you? Who do you think you can tell? Of course, I have not the knowledge of Elon. Of course, I don't have the internal knowledge to do anything, but it is our company and it is our money. And I just want to be very passionate about it. So I do believe we Tesla, we are having a weakness in not responding to fake news, and our competitors, our enemies are using it. They have identified it. You can throw any crap at Tesla and maybe it sticks. And sometimes it sticks. And the last couple of days, it stuck all the time. And it just drives me crazy because it's low-hanging fruit. And my gosh, we have money for everything else. We have 120,000 employees worldwide, 3-4 people doing 24 hours communication. What is that? A couple of tweets, couple of whatever. I can't stand it. And then today, I mean, I was all wrapped up and I acknowledged that I'm probably overheating, but then I see an email from Martin Yara, the only person, he shouldn't do communication, right? He is investor relations, but he is my last straw hope, right? And then he tweets about that, I don't remember who it is, Toyota or I don't know what, trying to make an electric car with a stick shift. What the heck? Yes. I couldn't give less attention to that. We have so many subjects on the table on which we would just like to see a white flag, a red flag, something. Even smoke signs of the Indians if you want. I don't care. But not talking about stick shifts on the.
So this is Gogo and Leo's tweet this morning, right? Tesla board is missing in action. He sounds like he's upset. The market is not normal. This is why it is imperative that the board is doing the buyback now. Now means now. He is upset. Not hypothetical. New retail investors bought high and forced to sell low. These are the people that were buying last year in 2012. We had a show yesterday because we've been getting lots of messages from folks who are not the folks who bought years ago and were doing fine because it's just still post 2020 rise. But these are the people that's been hurt significantly and they are upset, not those who bought. Yeah, he just said that now. So he's upset.
And let me point out, Herbert, he did something that is unthinkable. Pull that tweet up again. He answered to Gordon Johnson, right? This is class clown Gordon, and I mean exactly. See on the bottom there, exactly. And I think you have it later another time. But I mean, can you imagine that we're to the point that the third largest retail investor answers to Gordon Johnson's tweet,
because
and then Gordon answers. No, that's the second one. That's the second one of Gordon. The first one of Gordon was on insider selling as well, but it was just a timetable. Here he put it.
Okay, well, but so this was a good little, touch the button, press the button, right? Because his Gordon Johnson saying, hey, this is when you're looking at the Tesla insiders sold $37 billion of stock. And that's sort of his point, something's wrong with the company because all the insiders are buying, but it is a signal and it is something. And so it's like got pissed.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, this is the point. I've said it in a couple of occasions already on your shows. This is our weakest point, right?
Yeah.
Insider selling is really something very painful. Obviously, lots of it can be explained. The biggest bulks are Elon last year paying taxes, this year paying Twitter, and the $4 billion after the earnings call unexplained, right? That's the one that really bugs me. Why does it bug me? Because the earnings call was so bullish, and then he sold, and we still have no idea whether what that money was for. And he doesn't owe us an explanation, but usually he gives us an explanation, right? And there's just this. Okay. The whole positioning has changed. Before that, you would have David Lee, or you would have Rob Mauer, or you would have Sawyer send a tweet saying, "Are you done?" And he would say yes, or he would say not yet, but I'll tell you when, or whatever. This time, silence. So it's just they don't help us. And now let me get to the ones that I really, really am mad at today, which is the board of directors. Crap, we have the 6th biggest market cap in the world. We're all sitting there from morning to night, watching everything, making sure these little fires are taken care of. I mean, I don't know how much work you put in. I put a load, and lots of other people put a load of work in there. And there are these board of director members, and there's just nobody. I mean, 2 or 3 of them are not even on Twitter. Of course, why would you engage with people like us? The newer ones are, but they're missing in action. I started communicating a little bit with Hero. Hero is very, very versed in portfolio management and in everything ESG. I have my opinion on ESG. He's been there for 2 years. Did anything improve on ESG for Tesla? By far not. It got worse. I just want to shake them all. I just want to go there and say, look, you have a responsibility. Your first job is to have a fiduciary responsibility for shareholders, for us, not for being a pal with Elon, not for getting your monthly fees for doing it, but there is something. And now please get to it.
Yeah, I saw this morning you sent me a note that you were researching what the responsibilities of board of directors are. What did you find in that quick search?
Oh, I mean, no matter what I was searching for, I'm so sorry, I'm so upset, is that their most and utmost is they have a fiduciary duty to us. And they actually have a fiduciary duty not only as board members, but as persons, right? They are liable. They are liable. And I think we have to recall them that they are. They cannot just sit there and sit it out. They're all pals of Elon, I understand that, but there has to be something coming back. I've done that share back petition, right? We have now close to 6,500 people signing that. I mean, come on, who am I? That 6,500 people signed this. I think this is wonderful and a really good result. When we initially set it up, we thought it would be 1,000, and if everything goes good, 2,000. We sent that to them. We sent them the listing of the signers. No reaction. Like, no, not a thank you, not an acknowledgement. We got it, just zero, nothing. What is this? I just can't, I don't understand it. I just don't. I mean, don't spit in our faces. We're trying to help. Maybe we're not taking it the right way. Maybe we don't have the right attitude to it. I can take it all, but just nothing.
I mean, if I'm going to play the devil's advocate on this side of it, I mean, we're being spoiled because this is Tesla, where you're getting communication back from Elon quite regularly for all sorts of things. And so you're expecting it. If you were an Apple and there was a shareholder group that created this thing about stop the buybacks, let's say, or start it before they did, they would ignore it. They wouldn't have done anything about it because they don't communicate with their retail shareholders at all.
Well, they did at least then with the biggest, right? You know that I wasn't deep into Apple, but the little bit of research I did, they discussed it with Warren Buffett. They discussed it with a couple of other
back end channels with the big boys. Yeah, so maybe Kogo and Leo should be on the board,
but
we should be asking for that. Yeah.
Exactly. At the moment, I know it from Leo personally, there is no communication. There's just none. He doesn't want to, get further into them because he doesn't want to be risking insider trading, which I completely understand.
Got you.
But since there's nothing coming back, currently, he doesn't have an official position or whatsoever. And again,
right,
maybe put up just a second. Yeah, just put 1 second back my pinball tweet if you don't mind. Again, I can get so upset about this little crap. I mean, I really can. I just want to make very clear, this doesn't alter in a bit my medium or long-term view on Tesla. I'm not selling one share. I'm actually buying more.
Yeah.
But that does, and then I hear a lot of people saying, shut up, this is enough, blah, blah. I understand. But we have to point this out. These are things that can be fixed. It's low-hanging fruit.
So the low-hanging fruit you're talking about here is Eva's email was basically, there's two things, right? You guys have been talking about PR department as well as a share buyback. You and I'm sure Leo Kogwan and Gary Black have been the most vocal about this. There are a bunch of Tesla investors who disagree with the buyback, disagree with the PR, and there's all that fight in between. But in your mind, these are the two things that low-hanging fruit they should do right now. Right?
Let's just dissociate 2 seconds why or at least why I am so after this buyback. First of all, at 100, what is it now? 172, 170 now. This stock is darn cheap. Rather than having 20 billions on your cash account and putting it in money market funds or short treasury bills, you should do buybacks because especially if you have the knowledge, the insider knowledge of Tesla, knowing that everything will work out, right? In a year, in 2 years, in 5 years, whatever, your money is much better invested because you can't invest all that. Let me just also add that this is not a question of this money should not buy a new gigafactory or this money should not be put in research and development. Yes, pay all that. This is the leftover money. And the leftover money shouldn't just be lying around. Rather purchase back your stock. You don't take any risk because in the worst cases, you can always issue new stock, or you can take on that. So it's not as if you're strangling yourself. But in the meantime, you're doing a good service for your shareholders in purchasing a cheap stock because you know it's going up. The second point, obviously, is also that then reflects confidence. It reflects the confidence that the company says, okay, at 170, we can't do anything wrong. We're buying back our own stock. And yes, it may increase the stock price, but that's actually none of my motivations. I don't care in this particular subject about the stock price.
Yeah, and I think, okay, he's already addressed the fact that he's in favor of a stock buyback. The board needs to make a decision. It looks like that, he kind of intimidated that it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And then people like us, the retailers, are saying this is the time to do it when the stock has fallen so low that you need to put some sort of floor, some sort of confidence in it.
And we will very soon, I think in about 10 days, enter the window where it can't be done for about 6 weeks because it can't be done a couple of weeks prior to the delivery and production numbers because there'll be, could be, and then it can't be done anymore until 48 hours after the earnings call. So then we're about the 25th of January.
And regarding the PR request, by the way, in the last interview that Tesla owner Silicon Valley had asked them, he said, maybe I should do a PR department because I need to, or advertise. If we advertise in a news organization, then they're less likely to, attack us. He was thinking about doing that, but I don't know if he's fully against it or not. It's just a matter of timing and his interest. So, wow, Alexandra, thank you. You shared a bunch of new information that we didn't know. Thank you for doing that in the show. Everybody, please join me every noon Pacific for 15, 20 minutes. And every Wednesday, it's going to be Alexandra, although she won't be here next Wednesday. Maybe I shouldn't tell people. You're the big draw, Alexandra. Okay, thanks, everybody. See you soon.
Take care. Bye-bye.